Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Perth Sevens. This one, New Zealand versus Great Britain. Two sides that suffered a defeat in their opening round, but whoever wins this game, theoretically, still keeps their hopes alive of going through to the semi-finals for New Zealand. In the starting lineup, it is Scott Gregory, Fletcher Morgan, Rob Rush, Kelly Lasanga, Sophie Natoa-Tipo, Regan Ware, and also Frank Vainuku, last man in the starting team. For GB, it is Joshua Radcliffe, Marcus Kershaw, Finley Lloyd-Gilmore, Matt Davidson, Sonny Jardine, Brett Jackson, and Charlton Kerr, the captain, in the last spot. OMG, is Manson starting? He is not. He's off the bench in this contest, but your other boy, Kelly Lasanga, is in the starting lineup, so obviously the coach is listening to you, and he's making a few changes accordingly. Rob Rush also getting the start in this game. Sophie Natoa-Tipo. New Zealand really going with a rotational squad in this matchup, but we are underway now in this contest. Winner stays on in this competition, and the early penalty awarded straight away to New Zealand. I want the Kiwis to lay them down on a bed of roses. Please grant me one wish. I know I'm not an England fan. Scott Gregory is so trash. He was garbage for the Highlanders years ago, says Jordan. Do you know where he went since the Highlanders, though? Did you see where he went in the URC? I think it was URC, wasn't it? Scott Gregory went to for a season. I hope New Zealand wins. Says Ant. Must I call you Uncle Hamish? Is Argentina out? You don't have to at all call me Uncle Hamish. I do prefer just Hamish. Is Argentina out? They are now, yes. And Bon Jovi says, "Sock, that is actually a really good song that Ruby's..." I don't know if she quoted it because of Bon Jovi or whether she just quoted it because England and Roses and whatnot, but it's a banger of a track, as the cool kids would say. Now running down the wing, Frank Vainuku trying to bump off the defence. Gets through one. Lloyd-Gilmore not quite able to drag down Frank Vainuku. Now Scott Gregory moves it away to the left-hand side. Rob Rush. Now back across to the right-hand side. If New Zealand lose, they are out. Or are they out? More than likely, here comes Kelly Lasanga now in a foot race with Charlton Kerr, who's managed to drag him down. Offload, though, to Frank Vainuku, and New Zealand will score the first try of the contest. It's a good effort from Kelly Lasanga, but an even better effort from the captain of GB, managing to drag him down just a couple metres short of the try line. And where's little Kelly? There he is, make me coach. Says Jordan, I mean, you can apply. Like you said, they're apparently getting rid of the coach in the near future. So apply for the job, see if they give it to you. Can you talk Zulu? I cannot, no. Now, New Zealand leading this contest 5 points to 0. Oh, that's one of the worst kicks we've seen of the day. Trying to add the additional 2 for New Zealand. It wasn't even close to the post. It hardly got off the ground, so it will remain at 5-0 for the Kiwis. Come on, New Zealand, you can do it. First Manson, now Lasanga. I am cooking, says Jordan. Oh, getting on the ball. No penalty awarded there for the Kiwis. Fletcher Morgan was the man trying to get the steal. A knock on there from GB. Kelly Lasanga does offload it from his back. Rob Rush has the man on the outside to go to, and he does use him as well. Sophie Tipo. Oh, did he throw that at the line or did he score it? By the sounds of it, the score, it's going to give New Zealand another one. And now 10-0 up. 8th try for Sophie Natoa-Tipo. And I want to be the New Zealand captain, says Mahodin. I woke up this morning and got myself a beer, says Ruby. Yeah, close to the sideline there for Natoa-Tipo. Going to see it from the other angle. And, yeah, manages to get that one down. Quite interestingly, we never saw a replay of that foot and touch for Argentina up against South Africa. Not how you put it down, says Jordan. It was effective. He scored it. And the additional 2, that was a much better strike. I think as long as you score the try, that's the main thing. If you make a mistake while trying to put it down, though, normally the coach does get very angry at you. Just ask Rico Ioane. Now ball's there for GB, just outside of their own 22. Is it night time? By you, what time? At the moment, it's 9:07 p.m. New Zealand time. Oh, big collision there. Frank Vainuku. The driving shot to the ribs. GB shifting it right out to Charlton Kerr. Cuts back inwards. And almost manages to get through before Scott Gregory makes a solid tackle on him. Come over here, you can captain my Kiwi balls. You know when you start reading a comment and don't read it fully before talking it? That's going to be a great run here from GB and Finlay Lloyd-Gilmore. He will score the first try of the contest for Great Britain. Just manages to sneak through a gap that wasn't actually huge for a start, but then got absolutely massive when he went through. That's because they're South Africans. They can go against the rules because they're special, says Jordan. I don't think they're in charge of the camera replays, though. It was just one that I was hoping to see a replay of. Trash defence. Who was that? Says Jordan. It was Michael Manson. He made his way on and missed that. No, I'm just kidding. 2 minutes remaining, though. 12 points to 7 at the moment between these two teams. Now kick downfield from Great Britain. Hamish, does my name stick in your head? Not really, no. For some reason, anytime I read your name, I think of a pull, if that means something to you. If that makes you happy. Now, gone through almost again for GB, just 1 metre short of the line. I think Lasanga might have been offside there. He has potentially got away with it as he was very quick and up and early. Now trying to get that cellular dummy. The referee's getting in the way of this GB attack, and it probably slowed them down enough for New Zealand to get their defence set. Now moving away to the left-hand side, though. Chance again out wide, and it's try number 2. This time it is Joshua Radcliffe who has managed to score it. And just like that, we're back to 12-12. It seems like this is the round of games going very close to golden point. Hopefully, either this one or Australia versus France does get till that stage. 6 minutes through on the first half, 12-12 the scoreline. They can be in charge of the rules if they give a little cash and get Manson on before it's too late, says Jordan. And there as well. And a good finish from Joshua Radcliffe out wide. And I read his name, it reminds me of the sufficiency of my life, a splash and nothing else. Wow, that's deep. That kick has missed away to the side. 30 seconds now remaining in this fixture, and the score sitting 12-12. Time left, 30 seconds remaining. In the first half, that is. Hamish has too many player names in his head. There's no space for yours, says Ruby. And 9:10 at night, says Jordan. It certainly is. We're going to be going right through to 7:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we've still got another about 10 hours and a half remaining of being awake. Great Britain is playing excellent, says Mohaddin. Oh, a little bit of blood that they have to deal with for the Great Britain player and Matt Davidson. Just trying to clean him up a little bit, make sure that he doesn't have to go off the field for the blood bin. And while they're at it, a few more players running onto the field, coaches to try and give some water to the players. Why don't you so committed, Hamish, says Jordan. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've done this many streams over a weekend, and I feel like next weekend is even more busy because Super Rugby starts up. So that's additional probably about 8 or 10 hours of commentary alongside the Sevens that has taken place. Right, get off the field. There is a game to play, says Jasmine. And please start making food on your channel. I don't think I'm the best chef, though. So that might, it might affect it. You guys will just see me burning things all the time. Nicely taken now by Fletcher Morgan. 22 seconds remaining in this first half. Scott Gregory goes across to Kelly Lasanga. Now running this one sideways was Safai Natoa Tipo. Lasanga, there's a knock on in the tackle. It doesn't sound like it's going to be given as a yellow card, though, against Great Britain. Going to get that quick stepping going now, breaking through the line. It is the veteran Regan Ware. Now a short pass, and Rob Rush was not ready for it. Now offloaded once more. Left-hand side, big wide cutout pass for GB, and it's going to go from an attacking chance for New Zealand to a huge attack here for Great Britain. Lasanga trying to get in the breakdown. 22 metres out from the try line now. And this is the third game in a row that we're going to have about an extra minute of play by the pass on the outside. Cutting in with Shelton Kerr. What an offload that is. And they will take the lead now. Floyd Lloyd-Gilmore gets himself another try, and they will lead up against the Kiwis at halftime by at least the 5. And the players are just absolutely exhausted out there on the park. New Zealand, you suck, go home, says Jasmine. How the heck are New Zealand not running away with this, says Big Rig. Yeah, they started well, is about all I can say. And then from there, they've just lost their rhythm. And GB looked like they wanted that little bit more. And lasagna, not a bad idea, says Ruby. I don't remember talking to you, Ruby. Well, it's a public chat, isn't it, Splash TV? So when you talk to one person, you kind of talk to everyone, don't you? It's not like a private messaging service. There are not winning causes. Or they are not winning causes. They are not the Black Ferns. Wait, they are not winning because they are not the Black Ferns is what Jasmine's got there. It's because you have all these old, slow people playing and leaving Manson out. Although, in their defence, it's actually a very young side out there on the field. The oldest player is Regan Weir. Outside of that, everyone else, I believe, is probably under the age of 25, if not maybe 26. Or at least that's, like, in terms of experience-wise, they're probably relatively young. Fletcher Morgan, I can't imagine, would be older than 25. Maybe Rob Rush is, but doesn't really look it. The players that they can bring off the bench, Kulia Rokalisoa, Tony Nashu, those guys are the more experienced members of the teams. How did New Zealand get 12 points and Great Britain end up with 17? Oh, in fact, it's 19 now. They were able to add the additional 2 as well. One second, we'll go like that. We'll go like that as well. And we have got there, it's okay, I'm listening, says Ruby. And is Great Britain like the English rugby team? They have English rugby players in there. But, like, yeah, it's not completely English. They've got guys from Scotland in there as well as Wales. They've shown me this ad for a car about 15 times today. And not once have I been tempted to buy said car, only because of the fact that it's probably like a $300,000 car. It's a Corvette. They want me to buy a Corvette, but I cannot afford a Corvette. I can't even afford a car in general. But now, I'm ready to go for the second half of this contest. I feel relatively good about themselves here. Great Britain leading up against New Zealand. I mean, like, is Great Britain like England the country? I mean, like, is it Great Britain like England the country? It's Great Britain composed of England, Scotland and Wales, yes. 10 minutes away from France versus Australia getting underway. I've just mentioned about how much there is on the line for these two sides. Whoever wins this game, they will find their way potentially through to the next round if they do beat whoever they face in the final round. So for New Zealand, for instance, if they were to win this game, they would have to beat France. And then if GB were to win this game, they would have to beat the Australians. England is part of Great Britain. And a Corvette, like a classic one or a new one. It looks like a new one. I'm a Kiwi and I honestly hate the Black Ferns because they are woke. And in sport, just like TJ did versus Italy. And close one over, says Danielle. Yeah, very close game at the moment. And Great Britain are once again in possession of the ball. Going off to the left-hand side. Nice pass on the outside. Running down the wing. And they move into the New Zealand 22 now. Oh, penalty awarded to New Zealand, though. Straight in off the feet in the breakdown. I thought GB was like just England. The Red Roses, my bad, says Car. Who knows? So it is composed of a few different places. Or compiled, sorry, rather than composed. Like California is part of the USA, says Big Rick. And where is my bro Manson? Yeah, we'll have to wait to see how much time they give him. It's a good tackle made by Frank Vainuku down the wing initially. And then just jumping straight in off the feet for GB to protect that ball. He'll get like 30 seconds again, says Jordan. I'll mention Akulia Rokalisoa has made his way onto the field here for New Zealand, so they have made that change at least. I'll wait to the left-hand side. Oh, big driving. Almost a tip tackle. I don't think it was too serious, though. In fact, yeah, Davidson, no. They've given Davison a yellow card. Regan Weir gives him a high five saying there was nothing in that. That's a pretty poor call from the referee here. I think even Regan Weir was surprised with the decision that was made. Go on, Kiwis, you can win the British, says Stefan. Now off the field for the next 2 minutes for Matt Davidson. Is that the momentum shifter that New Zealand need to be able to get back into the contest? Is that the motivation perhaps that GB need to be able to get fired up for this one? How's your breaks go to Roblox coaching surgery? I don't know what that means. How's your breaks go to Roblox coaching surgery? No, you're going to have to elaborate a little bit more, Kyle, because I read it again and it just didn't get to the part of my brain. Evening, Hamish. Appreciate the commentary. Says Tommy Tang. Do appreciate you being here too. We've got plenty more coming up after this live stream. I believe we've still got 4 more games of Sevens. And then after that, we've also got the 2 matches of the Six Nations. So slowly making it through the day of live sport. To the right-hand side for Great Britain. Driving tackle on Sonny Jardine. Ball comes out the back. Akuria Rokalesoa passes it now to Frank Vainuku, who does have just enough pace to be able to score it. And it's another one for New Zealand. 17 points to 19. The 4 minutes remaining. All Blacks coaching. As in, like, when's the All Blacks coach being announced, maybe? Kiwi men need to be relegated to Sevens Part 2 level. Says Sock. And I think it's a bot. Says Ruby there too. But Vainuku scores another try in this contest. He has now got himself the 2. And that kick has gone over from Makulia Rokalesoa. First, Jamie Joseph did Manson dirty at the Highlanders. Now he's getting done dirty again. Oh, they've actually decided to take this one quite quickly here, New Zealand, seeing the opportunity to kick it in behind, but GB have cleaned it up. Can you commentate the Dragons versus the Knights? When's it taking place, Chad? Is that a preseason game tonight? Right, Rokalesoa turned it into a rolling maul, stopped the ball from coming out. Now it does become a scrum. Right, Manson and Williams both coming on for the final 3 minutes of this match. Dublin scores the new All Blacks coach being announced. Has it? The main thing, I'm a bit annoyed at Jamie 4. Yeah, on Sky Sport and on Sky Go, says Chad. So we've still got another about 4 streams of the Sevens, so that will overlap, unfortunately, with that preseason fixture. Easy on the vodka, says Ruby. I can already tell I'm going to lose my voice by the end of today. Unfortunately, passed on the outside, still 19-19, and that one is in touch. So it means it will be Great Britain's ball. This one could go to Golden Point. And New Zealand you can, says Stefan. And Cowboys did the Dogs today in preseason NRL, says Sock. Drink water, Hamish, says Big Rig. Yeah. It's been a little while since I've fully lost my voice. Hopefully it doesn't happen this one. Some of you guys who are way back on the channel will know it happened on a BBL live stream ages ago. How there was a patch where I couldn't even speak properly for like a full week. Your throat will thank you, says Big Rig. But currently, just the 2 minutes on the clock. Time is back on. This is a big moment for both of these sides. Not just in terms of this game, but also just for the overall outcome of the Perth Sevens. There is still a chance of getting through to the final. That one, I swear I just heard the referee blow his whistle there. He does now, and it's a penalty against New Zealand for no clear release. Did you get sleep? I fell asleep at the 2 a.m. game. I have not slept since this morning. But I'll be interested to see how long we go without the tiredness. It's a foot race here. Missed ankle tap there. And GB will score once more. And it's 3 tries for Finlay Lloyd-Gilmore. This will be interesting. This is a thoroughly important kick. Only 2 minutes remaining now on the clock. But the foot race. Was that Manson? He dived too early. It was Manson, yes. Defensive error from the speedster. Just couldn't quite catch up with him. GB1, they're in a good position at the moment. It's probably game, says Zach. And is at the end? Not quite, but it's getting close. That kick has gone over from Great Britain, which now means for New Zealand to be able to get back into this contest and make it a draw, they would need a converted try. I think Golden Point could be on here, depending on what happens throughout this last stage. I think that Golden Point is more likely than a New Zealand win, though. GB, like the favourites to go on and win this game nicely, slapping that ball back, although a knock-on is called. I blame the person that let the overlap happen, says Jordan. New Zealand can only tie, says Xander. Theoretically, in regular time, then from there they can go on and win. Ireland will never beat the quarterfinal curse. What has that got to do with anything Splash TV that's been going on? I don't even think anyone's mentioned Ireland on this whole stream. I feel like that's a good topic for the Six Nations, isn't it? This team sucks and not a donkey or a maul, says Sok. Currently, the way that it stands, New Zealand on 48 points after the 3 rounds, 24 points after the 3 rounds for GB. Holding my breath, says Danielle. And there too. Now 55 seconds on the clock. The ball is in the hands of New Zealand. What's Golden Point? First team to score wins. Yep, pretty much. So straight after regular time, first one to score any form of points wins the contest and takes all the points. Ireland ball handling was shocking against France, says Big Rig. They did struggle big time with the handling of the balls. But they'll get better, I think. A little bit of rust there. Have you had a Waimiri Wallaby pie? I have not, no. I've never had Wallaby, believe it or not. Seen a few of them on the side of the road hit, but haven't had them. And GG, says Zach, 45 seconds remaining. Kulia Rokalisoa goes off to the right. Now Regan Ware does get that loop around. I don't even know how he passed that, and that one's going to be dropped there. Tackle made by Manson. Chance again for GB. 30 seconds remaining here. New Zealand need the turnover. GB need the try. If they got the try, it would also stop New Zealand from getting that bonus point. There's a new advantage in favour of Great Britain. Golden chance to be able to finish off this game. They're going to go back for the penalty though. Oh, Charlton Kerr yelling at the referee going, why are we going back for the advantage this early? Yeah, we're talking about the Six Nations, says Splash TV. So what has that got to do with the quarterfinal of a World Cup? Now we have got their roadkill Wallaby pie. Sounds delish. Did you, Hamish, dream that Wales will win against England, says Mohadin? I woke up to see that the under-20s almost did, but that ball is kicked into touch. And that is going to make the score now 19-26 in favour of GB. They have knocked New Zealand down massively. They are now in a scenario where the Kiwis at best can finish 5th in this competition, which gives a drastic boost to France, to South Africa, and also to Fiji. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are just about to go over to the next live stream, which is going to be France versus Australia, which is kicking off in the very near future. But thank you all very much for watching. I will see you all for the next one.